What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Vanguard Zero. This is a brand new CCG that just came out this morning. So if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and jump directly into combat because I feel like when it comes to CCGs, the very best way to kind of see if you even care about the game is to see the actual card battling in action. So let's go ahead and jump right to that. We're going to go ahead and use this deck here. And we're gonna jump into the fray. Now, one cool thing about this game I gotta say is that it has some extremely unique and different card art. Like, my deck is not great because it's just a bunch of like low tier stuff that the game gives you for free. But there are some really crazy designs on some of that card art in this game. So let's get started. Here we are on the Vanguard board here. And as you guys can see, both of us, we start off with something called a Vanguard card. And I'll kind of explain what this is here in a second. Since he went first, he cannot attack on this first turn, so I'm good to go. So here we are. So here is my Vanguard card. Like I mentioned before, this is a card that we both start off with. This card cannot be killed. However, it can take fatal damage. And when it does take fatal damage, your actual summoner takes damage. And once you have basically taken, on this example, if you after this character is taking 5 damage, the game is over and you win. So like I said, the character can take fatal damage, but it can't die. This is all going to make more sense here in a second. So the next thing you need to know about Vanguard cards is there are 2 numbers on the card that represents this card's power, right? So this 0 represents as kind of like its tier level. So right now I'm tier 0. I can go all the way up to 3, which is the strongest. And this number over here represents my offense as well as my defense. So right now this card can take 3,000 damage before it takes fatal damage, and it can dish 3,000 damage. As you guys can see, that's not going to be enough to do fatal damage to this card over here, and you regenerate all of your HP after your turn is over. So you got to do one-shots. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and make this card a little bit more powerful, right? And in order to do that, there's a mechanic in the game called riding. So I'm going to go ahead and ride this card here. It's going to change its 0 tier to a 1 tier, and it's going to change its value from 3,000 to 7,000. So there you go. Now it's a 7,000 card. Now this particular Vanguard has an additional ability that once she's ridden, she doesn't disappear. She sticks around and she can be moved to a different part of the board. I'm going to go ahead and put her in my rear line here. So now it is the battle phase. So I'm going to go ahead and smack this card. Oh, hold on. Actually, thank you for doing that for me. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm actually good. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and smack this card in the face for just overkill damage. I'm gonna go ahead and do 10,000 damage. That's a combination of my rear attacker and my Vanguard attacker. 7 plus 3, that's 10. Quick math, ladies and gentlemen. 10,000 damage has been hit on this card here. That was enough to one shot. And as you guys can see now, my opponent has taken 1 damage. So now let's see what they try to do here. As you guys can see now, this card is even more powerful. It's worth 11,000. So obviously that's going to be enough to one-shot my little poor Vanguard here. GG, I've taken 1 damage here. Now the interesting thing about this game is it has a mechanic built in to try to prevent you from being rushed down too fast. So now you can see after I got attacked, now my power is worth 12,000, which he also had enough power to one-shot me again after that, which is kind of unfortunate. But now I'm worth 22,000. So if he wanted to do another attack against me again, he would have to try to one-shot me with 22,000 damage, which is going to be very, very hard. And that's, like I said, that's a mechanic built into the game to prevent you from getting rushed down too quickly. So let's try to get back into the fray here. I'm going to go ahead and ride up my card here once again. Turn it into a tier 2 and 9,000. That's gonna not prevent me from getting one shot because these cards and the boosters behind it are gonna be a lot of trouble. Let's go ahead and set up a front line here. And I'm also gonna set up a rear attack. Can you be used as a boost card? I mean, you can, but probably not a good play. Let's wait for that. So let's go to the battle phase. So now what I wanna do, I wanna go ahead and smack you in the face. You're only worth 8,000. So I can one-shot you with 9,000. Once again, the only card that's immune to death is your Vanguard card. All the other cards around the card can be killed. So the same thing applies here. I'm gonna go ahead and smack you in the face. Let's see how much that boosts the card up. So now it's worth 13,000. So guess what? Smack you in the face with 16, plus there's an additional trigger that your Vanguard cards can get. So every single time your Vanguard attacks, you draw a card. Now, just because you draw a card doesn't mean anything's gonna happen. It has to have something called a draw trigger. This card that I just drawed right now did have a draw trigger, which allows me to gain 5,000 power on my card. So once again, this is gonna give me 21,000 power, which absolutely solidifies the amount of damage I need to one-shot that card. So as you guys can see, I did so much overkill damage. Now my opponent has basically taken 4 points of damage here. I only need to do 1 more point of damage before I win the game. So looks like he's beefing up here a little bit. He's going to try to clear out my front line, which is what you do. Okay, okay. Oh wow, completely stomped here. he got himself a little draw trigger there. I don't know why you would put it on someone that's already attacked. Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that. That might be a strategy I don't know about. I'm still brand new, but there you go. All right, so we've taken a couple points of damage here, but we're still in the game. We should be just fine, actually. So we're going to go ahead and rank up our Vanguard up to tier 3, 10,000. Not the coolest looking card in the world, but you know what? We'll take it. All right. Let's go ahead and battle on. I am going to smack you in the face. Oh, wait, I got to fight you. I got to fight you first. So take out his little bodyguard. And now, come on. Take out his bodyguard there. All right, took out the 2 front lines there, and now I should be good. That will be plenty of damage. Didn't get a draw trigger there, didn't get a draw trigger there. And now you have taken a 17,000 damage. That's enough to one-shot you. That is going to be GG. I don't know what you're drawing cards for. Don't matter. And that's basically combat. Once again, I'm super brand new to the game. There's still a lot more mechanics to the game that I'm not completely familiar with. Do like this card art, though. It has like this old school vibe feel to it. I'm kind of digging that. But yeah, that's basically combat there. Let's jump over because I want to show you one more. That looks like a Pokemon. I'll show you one more bit of combat here with some higher quality decks. When you're going through the story, the game kind of gives you decks to use. Now, I'm not going to know anything about this deck, so I'm just going to throw it on autoplay just for right now. Yes, this is a card game with autoplay, believe it or not. So if you want to just kind of, I guess if you have like a really overpowered deck that you devise and you want to kind of rip through the story faster, you can always throw it on autoplay. As far as I've seen, all the gameplay modes that I've seen thus far, autoplay has been allowed. So let's see how good they make this game really look. And I'll try to give you some play-by-play commentary. Because I know exactly what's going on. Trust me. All right. Oh, wow. Look how strong your Vanguard is compared to this guy's Vanguard. ×3 speed autoplay. So he just upgraded his Vanguard to tier 1, 8,000. And they do have like little quips and like dialogue that they throw at each other throughout the fight here. So just ranked up his Vanguard to tier 1, 7,000. Just added himself a booster there so he can do 10,000 damage in this turn, ladies and gentlemen, because he went second. There you go. Looks for a draw trigger. No draw trigger was there, so that is going to be 1 point of damage to the opponent. And I think from this point out, he will end his turn. Stand and draw. Let's see what he has. Boost it up to a tier 2 at 9,000. We also get ourselves a nice little cinematic. Very, very nice. Will he have the card to complement that little... Yes, he does. That little doggy back there gives additional bonuses to his little Vanguard. So he's going to be doing some killer damage here, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be 19k. That will be enough to one-shot. Our resident hero has once again taken 2 damage, ladies and gentlemen. Now he's up to 27k. Not going to matter because there are no more attacks on the board. Just boosted up to rank 2. Got ourselves another little cinematic with some type of Digimon-looking character there as well. I have no idea what happened, but something was locked. Not too concerned about it. Look at all of these little Voltron figures on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. 10,000 damage to the right offense. 10,000 damage to the Vanguard. Here is 24k to the opponent's Vanguard. It's a stand trigger. I can stand one of my rear guard units. I don't know what that means, buddy, but thank you for the play-by-play dialogue. Tons and tons of damage there. There is another 23k. That's 2 points of damage in a single turn. This deck is the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, oh, look at this card. What's his name? Gancelot? It wasn't Lancelot. It looked like it said Gansel. Yeah, it's Gancelot. Okay, so that is a tier 3 card right over there, getting all kinds of boosties. Gonna take out some of the left and right offense here, or defense. Offense and defense, if you will. 19,000, that's gonna be plenty enough damage to go ahead and one-shot. Oh, look at this out of nowhere. What does that do, FG? I don't know. Don't know, but it didn't do damage. And then here is the tier 3, another cinematic. Once again, this guy's all about like mechas. which is kind of cool. All right, I'm pretty sure he can finish this off. Once again, take out the Vanguards on the left and the right side. And then last but not least, go ahead and drop the damage. That's going to be a total of how much? There's a lot going on. Well, it looks like it's going to be a nice amount of damage there, and that will be the GG, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be a Vanguard Zero, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed a quick look at combat so you can kind of see, is this a CCG that you're going to be interested in, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know in the comment section below. Once again, my name is FG3000. This is a very quick look at Vanguard Zero, and I'll see you guys in the look. I do like the card art here. I really do like the card art. I want to, one more thing before we leave. One more thing. Yep. And here are all the characters that are in the game. They all are going to have like their unique like spin on their decks. So there's a lot of variety that you're going to find as you play the game. So if you're a fan of the IP, you're a fan of CCGs, give it a shot. I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.